Good day, distinguished listeners, and welcome to another impactful and insightful edition of Amogate Radio Communications. I'm Adiola Gbadebo, and I'm delighted to have you join me today. So ARC is a leadership and knowledge platform of Amogate Management Consult, committed to developing transformational lead and strengthening organizations, and we equip individuals with the competencies, the mindsets, and values required to create sustainable impact. For this quarter, our theme has been The Advantage, Winning Beyond Talent. So far, we've examined 4 episodes, and we started with Beyond Talent, Why Gift Alone is Not Enough. That was episode 1. Episode 2, we spoke about the discipline advantage, winning through consistency. Episode 3 was the learning advantage, staying relevant in a changing world. Last week, we had the 4th episode, the character advantage, why integrity is your greatest professional asset. Today, we're moving to another critical dimension of personal and professional success, the relationship advantage, why your network shapes your future. The relationship advantage, why your network shapes your future. Let me begin with a simple question. How many of the opportunities that we have that have changed your life came entirely from your individual effort? Think about it. Who recommended you for an opportunity? Who introduced you to someone? Who encouraged you when you were considering giving up? Who taught you something you did not know? Who opened a door that you didn't even know existed? For most of us, the answer is another person. That is why relationships matter. Your network is not simply a list of people in your phone. Your network is a reservoir of trust, knowledge, opportunities, collaboration, mentorship, and social capital. And the quality that network can significantly influence, quality of that network can influence the trajectory of your career, business, and leadership journey. So relationships are a professional asset. Relationships are a professional asset. There's a dangerous misconception about networking. Some people think networking means collecting business cards. Others believe it means attending events and exchanging phone numbers. Some people only network when they need something. This is not relationship building. This is transaction hunting. Authentic networking is different. It is about building mutually beneficial relationships based on trust, respect, shared interests, value creation, knowledge exchange, collaboration, reciprocity, and the strongest professional relationships are not built around what you can do for me. They are built around how can we create value together. This distinction is fundamental. What's the difference between contracts and connections? So we may have 2,000 contacts on your phone and still have a very weak network. Why? Because a contact is simply someone whose details you possess. A connection is someone with whom you have established a meaningful relationship. A connection knows you, trusts you, understands what you do, knows your strengths, can vouch for your character, and is willing to engage with you when an opportunity arises. This is why I encourage professionals to stop measuring their network by numbers. Do not ask how many people do I know. Ask how many meaningful relationships have I built. 10 strong relationships can sometimes create more value than 1,000 superficial contacts. Let's take our first case study, and it's about LinkedIn and the power of professional networks. Consider the evolution of professional networking through platforms such as LinkedIn. LinkedIn fundamentally changed the way professionals discover opportunities and relationships. Before platforms like LinkedIn became mainstream, professional networking was heavily dependent on physical proximity. You primarily knew people who worked in the organization, lived in your city, attended your school, belonged to your professional association, or were introduced through existing contacts or through religious homes like the church. Digital professional networks changed that. Today, a professional in Lagos can build meaningful relationships with someone in London, Nairobi, Dubai, New York, or Johannesburg without ever having met physically. But there's an important lesson here. The platform itself does not create the relationship. People do. The platform creates the foundation, lays the foundation. Now depends on what people build on it. A professional profile may create visibility. Broadcast credibility is built through interaction, sharing useful knowledge, commenting intelligently, helping others, making introductions, participating in professional communities, demonstrating expertise. Over time, visibility can develop into familiarity. Familiarity can develop into trust, and trust can create opportunity. Trust is a social capital. You can literally take it to the market and use it to purchase things. The lesson is simple. Don't use networking platforms merely to advertise yourself. Use them to demonstrate value and build relationships. Let's talk about the power of mentorships. Because one of the most powerful forms of relationship capital is mentorship. A mentor is someone who has traveled further along a path and is willing to share knowledge, experience, and perspective. Mentors can help us avoid unnecessary mistakes. They can challenge our assumptions. They can introduce us to new possibilities. They can help us see blind spots. And sometimes they simply provide encouragement at a critical moment. But mentorship must not become dependency. A mentor should not live your life for you. A mentor provides perspective. You make the decisions. You take responsibility. You execute. One of the mistakes young professionals make is approaching experienced people with, "Please help me." A more powerful approach is, "I've studied your work, admire your experience in this area, and I will appreciate your perspective on how I can improve." That demonstrates preparation and maturity. You're still listening to Abogate Radio Communications, and today we're talking about the relationship advantage. The relationship advantage. Let's take our second case study. It's about Steve Jobs, Robert Noyce, and the value of mentors. Now, so a useful example is Steve Jobs. Jobs is often presented as a lone visionary who transformed Apple and the technology industry. But successful leadership rarely happens in isolation. Throughout his career, Jobs benefited from relationships with people who influenced his thinking and development. One notable figure was Robert Noyce, co-founder of Intel and an important figure in Silicon Valley. Jobs admired Noyce and sought his advice. Noyce presented a different generation of technology leadership and provided Jobs with perspective on leadership, innovation, and organizational culture. Jobs also learned from numerous other individuals across technology, design, business, and manufacturing. The lesson is important. Even highly talented leaders need people who challenge their thinking. Nobody becomes exceptional entirely by themselves. Behind many successful people is a network of teachers, mentors, colleagues, advisors, collaborators, and supporters. Therefore, if you're serious about growth, deliberately build relationships with people who are ahead of you. Your network should not only go upward. There's another mistake people make. They only build relationships with people who are more powerful than they are. They want to know CEOs, politicians, investors, executives, senior professionals. There's nothing wrong with that, but a healthy network operates in multiple directions. You need people who are ahead of you. You need peers who are growing alongside you. You also need people whom you can help. Think of your network as 3 cycles. 1, the mentorship cycle. People who are ahead of you and can provide guidance. 2, the peer cycle. People at a similar stage who can collaborate, challenge, and encourage you. The contribution circle. People you can teach, support, mentor, or create opportunities for. So a transformational leader does not simply ask, who can help me? The transformational leader also asks, who can I help? I look at it as, building networks should be, you have to build across different platforms, you need to build networks around people who are better than you are, who are far ahead of you, who can mentor you, who can show you the way. You have peers also that are your contemporaries. You're on the same level and all that. They can understand your position. You guys are going through almost the same thing. Sometimes some of them have been able to navigate or they are already navigating some of the challenges you are also going through, and that may discussing with them, engaging across that level can also help you. So most of you people on that same level with you are open to almost the same type of opportunities, and then discussing with them can also help you with perspective. And then people that you can help also. When you are able to help people, you become mentors to them, and those proteges can also be available for you when you need them. They can add a lot of value to you when you need them. All right, we'll go on a short break now. When we come back from the break, we will continue, and we'll start with relationships and human resource management.
At Armor Gates Training, we believe professional development should do more than inform. It should transform how people work, lead, and deliver results. That's why we support organizations through conceptual insight, practical learning, and performance evaluation right at the intersection of leadership, strategy, and institutional transformation. Our approach focuses on practical learning format that professionals can immediately apply in their workplace. At Armor Gate, we don't teach theory alone. We equip participants with real-world insight drawn from almost 2 decades of organizational transformation experience. Our programs combine multiple learning methods designed for real-time measurable results. Through seminars, we facilitate deep conversation on key subjects. Using group exercises, participants collaborate, reflect, and think strategically. With case studies, they then sharpened analytical and decision-making skills using real industry scenarios. Through relevant videos, we spark insightful discussions using relatable real-life context. All in all, every participant develops an individual work plan, ensuring the learning turns into real action after the program. Our training programs are hosted in world-class venues across global cities, including Addis Ababa, Nairobi, Mombasa, Cape Town, Dubai, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, London, Florida, and Washington, D.C. Let's work with you to turn learning into your organization's growth. For more inquiries, call +234 807 9574 151 or WhatsApp +1 610 504 6026. Visit www.thearmorgate.org. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Armorgate. Armorgate Training, transforming knowledge, interaction, and growth.
Welcome back to Amogate Radio Communications. Our team has been The Advantage, winning beyond the talent. Today is the 5th episode in this series, and we've been talking about the relationship advantage, why your network shapes your future. Spoken about how many opportunities that probably changed your life came entirely from another person. You were introduced, someone introduced you, someone recommended you, someone just told you about it, and sometimes that's all that it takes to move you up. And we've spoken about relationships as a professional asset. Relationships as a professional asset, and we did say that relationship is not just the building networks. Growing your network is not just about collecting business cards or attending networking events to get people's phone numbers. That authentic network is different. It's about building mutually beneficial relationships based on trust, respect, shared interest, value creation, knowledge exchange, collaboration, and reciprocity. We've spoken about the difference between the contacts and your connections. A contact is someone whose details you have, but a connection knows you, trusts you, understands what you do, knows your strengths, can vouch for your character, and is willing to engage. We spoke about LinkedIn and the professional network, how LinkedIn is helping people to build relationships, but it is not LinkedIn that is creating the relationships. It's the people who are creating those relationships. That LinkedIn is just a platform. We spoke about Steve Jobs and Robert Noyce and the value of mentors. How Robert Noyce helped to change or gave perspective to Steve Jobs' thinking. Now we want to go on to relationships and human resource management. So in organizations, relationships are not merely social. They directly affect performance. Now, consider teamwork. Two employees may possess identical technical skills, but if one communicates effectively, collaborates, resolves conflicts, and builds trust, that employee is likely to contribute more effectively to the organization than the other. This is why modern competency frameworks place significant emphasis on collaboration, communication, stakeholder management, emotional intelligence, teamwork, influence, conflict resolution. Technical competencies, tell us, can you do the job? But relational competence asks, can you work effectively with other people while doing the job? At leadership level, this becomes even more important because leaders rarely achieve results alone. They achieve results through people, relationships, and business development. The same principle applies to entrepreneurship. Many businesses struggle not because their products are poor, but because their owners have weak relationships with customers, partners, suppliers, investors, and other stakeholders. Business is fundamentally relational. People buy from businesses they trust. Organizations partner with people they trust. Investors invest in people they trust. Customers remain loyal to brands that consistently deliver value. Therefore, relationship management is not merely a soft skill, it is a commercial competence. How to build relationship advantage. How to build a relationship advantage. Let me give you 7 practical principles. Number 1, be genuinely interested in people. Do not approach every relationship as a transaction. Ask questions, listen, understand people's experiences. Number 2, give before you ask. Share knowledge, make introductions, recommend someone, offer assistance, create value. Generosity builds relational capital. Number 3, keep your word. Keep your word. Trust grows when people discover that your commitments are reliable, when they know that they can take your word for it. Number 4, stay connected. Do not disappear for 3 years and suddenly call someone because you need a favor. Relationships require maintenance. Send a message, check in, congratulate people on anniversaries, birthdays, celebrate with people, share useful information, celebrate their achievements. Number 5, build relationships beyond your immediate industry. Some of the most valuable ideas come from outside your field. A banker can learn from an engineer. An educator can learn from an entrepreneur. A real estate professional can learn from a technology executive. Create, do cross-industry relationships. Expand your perspective. Number 6, protect people's trust. If someone shares a confidential information with you, keep it confidential. If someone introduces you to a contact, respect the relationship. Trust takes time to build and seconds to destroy. Number 7, become valuable. One of the best ways to attract quality relationships to become someone worth knowing. Develop expertise. Be dependable. Solve problems. Share knowledge. Demonstrate integrity. People naturally gravitate towards individuals who create value. So let's take a network challenge. Here's your challenge for the week. Take out your phone and open your professional contacts list. Identify 3 categories of people. 3 people who have helped you, 3 people you should reconnect with, 3 people you can help. Then deliberately reach out, but do not begin with a request. Begin with value. Perhaps congratulate someone, share an article, offer an introduction, and ask how they're doing. Or simply say, I was thinking about you and wanted to check in. Small actions can restart relationships that may eventually produce significant opportunities. The relationship audit. Before we conclude, ask yourself these questions. Do people trust me? Do I maintain relationships or only contact people when I need something? Who are my mentors? Who challenges my thinking? Who am I mentoring? Am I building relationships outside my comfort zone? What value do I bring to the people in my network? And perhaps the most important question, if I disappeared from my professional environment tomorrow, who would genuinely miss my contribution? Your answer tells you something about the quality of your relationships. So what are the key takeaways from today's episode? Number 1, your network is more than your contact list. It is your relational ecosystem. Number 2, relationships create access. Number 3, trust creates influence. 4, mentorship accelerates learning. 5, collaboration multiplies capacity. 6, generosity strengthens relationship. And ultimately, number 7, your network should not simply be a collection of people who can help you. It should be a community of people with whom you create value. That is relationship advantage. I want to thank you for listening today. But we'd like to hear from you. We'd like to get your feedback. Let's send us an email. Our email is contact@thearmorgate.org, or you can simply send us a WhatsApp message on our WhatsApp line +234 810 999 6666. I'll take the number again. +234 810 999 6666. You can also check us out on the social media platforms. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, and we're also on Instagram, and all our handles are @Armorgate. I want to encourage you to go to our YouTube channel. I promise you haven't seen anything like that. It is a bank of resources from different consultants and partners at Armorgate. We run programs Mondays through Fridays, and these programs are by professionals and experts in different fields. If you go to our YouTube channel, there are so many broadcasts that you can listen to. You will not regret it. Thank you very much. Before I go, I want to give you the quote of the week. Your network is not the number of people who know your name. It is the number of meaningful relationships built on trust, value, and mutual growth. Distinguished listeners, thank you for joining me on another edition of Armorgate Radio Communications. Today we explored the relationship advantage and why our ability to build meaningful relationships can significantly influence our careers, our businesses, leadership journeys, and impact. As we go through this week, remember, don't just build contacts, build connections. Don't just seek mentors, become a mentor. Don't just ask, what can this relationship do for me? Also ask, what value can I bring to this relationship? Because transformational leadership is not about standing above people. It is about building relationships that enable people to rise together. Next week, we will continue with our journey with another important advantage, the excellence advantage. Doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. You don't want to miss this episode. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, keep creating value, and keep building relationships that make a positive influence. I remain your host, Adeola Gbadebo. Thank you for listening to Armorgate Radio Communications. Have a productive and impactful week ahead.
Armorgate, founded in 2008 out of a desire to build transgenerational structures for organizations, institutions, and nations. We have worked with large businesses, international development organizations, and public sector ministries and agencies. Armorgate, our uniqueness is that we do not just work for you, we work with you. For example, we do not leave you to the task after sourcing talent that will help the new hire settle into robust leadership development programs. We are technical experts in advising and supporting institutions on strategy and leadership, artificial intelligence, strategic human resource management, public sector reform, finance, audit and tax, FAT, and strategic communications. We do all this and more out of a desire to transform nations through institutions and organizations. For further inquiries, email contact@thearmorgate.org or call +234 810 999 6666 +234 807 957 4151 and +161 0504 6026 www.thearmorgate.org. Armorgate, building to endure and transforming nations through institutions and organizations.